No liquor this time. Just sweet tea. Another one of my weaknesses that I probably really should kick. But that's neither here nor there, and not the reason why you're here. You are here because you want to learn a little bit more about what makes me different from any other videographer that you may see in the Hampton Roads area. There are a ton of wedding videographers in Hampton Roads. Almost to the point where I honestly consider the area and the industry to be a little bit oversaturated, but that just means that there's plenty of options for you as a couple to choose from. And when you're going through all these different names and websites and various works, they all may start to look the same. It all may become kind of just a blur and they may all blend in, right? But you really got to start looking in between the lines and deciding on the little factors that makes one person different from the other. Let me start by saying that I don't know if 100% any of this is necessarily going to be true. I don't know everybody else's business inside out, but I can tell you some things that I've implemented in my practice, in my workflow, in the way that I carry myself on wedding days that I think makes me stand out in a positive way. So how do I differ from a lot of other wedding videographers here in Hampton Roads? So the first thing that I have implemented to make myself stand out amongst the competition is upfront when you first reach out to me. I try not to make all of my communication be just via email or text or anything like that. I ask you upfront to do a video chat. That's before giving any information or anything else that helps you make your decision in whether you're going to choose me or not. Because let's face it, you reached out to me because you fell in love with me through my work, my website, and all of that stuff that is online or social media, and that's great, and I appreciate that. But I want you to fall in love with not only the work, but also the person, me, that's myself and my personality, because I'm going to be one of those people that are going to be there with you your entire day. And the one thing that I tell my couples is that you really want to make sure that your vendors, all of your vendors, but especially the ones that are going to be with you every step of the way throughout your entire day, that the personality of those vendors fit not only you, but your friends, your family, and the total vibe of your wedding day. The second thing that I try to do is with my pricing actually, and how I go about my day in terms of how it's based on the pricing. And one thing that I don't do that pretty much just about everybody else does is work by the hour. So what that means is that depending on the package that you choose, for any videographer, you're going to get a certain set number of hours, and that is it. I try not to do that, and really honestly at the end of the day we kind of all work the same amount of hours, but most times I'm typically getting there a lot earlier than your photographer and some of your other videographers in the area. The reason why I do that is because I really don't want to shortchange myself. If I don't shortchange myself, I in turn then don't shortchange you, the couple. And what I mean by that is that with wedding videography, and hopefully it's the package that you choose, I try to really tell a story, whether that's through the audio or through the visual. And with telling a story, I want to tell a complete story from start to finish, from the beginning of your day to the end of your day. And one thing I really don't want to do in doing that is showing up late and then having to rush through the beginning part of the day, because I have setup I got to do. I have certain shots that I try to achieve before I start really working and diving in with the couple and the people, bridal party, and so on and so on. So I really don't work by the hour. I try to give you a complete full day depending on the package that you choose. So then that way I don't shortchange myself when I go back, put everything on the computer, and I'm trying to edit and put your wedding film together. Another thing along with packaging is the third thing, and I won't get too into the weeds with this as it's something that I'm exploring, but I am exploring a new style of wedding films. It's not necessarily new to the industry. It very well may not be new to this area, although I haven't seen anybody in this area, or at least the ones that I follow, doing this style of wedding film that I am not disclosing at the moment, as I am basically in a trial period with this style wedding film. I have done one wedding film with this style. It was earlier this year. You can go check that out. I'll put the link here or somewhere in this area. But definitely go check that out. The last thing I want to hit on, and it's the fourth thing that I want to talk about with you today, is how I go about the wedding day in terms of how I carry myself. Everybody is going to be professional. Everybody's going to talk, of course, to the bride and the groom, right? But I try to be a little bit different. And no, again, it's not to say that nobody else does this. But one thing I really try to make sure with my couples and that they realize is that I'm not just there to work your day. I am there to be a part of your day. So what does that mean? I am going to have just as much fun on your wedding day as you are going to have. And I really try to live by that. I try to make you laugh. I want to laugh with you. I'm gonna crack jokes. I always say that if I don't crack jokes with you or on you, then that probably means that I don't like you. I think that being my true natural self, that personable person that I am, or having that personable personality, personality, you get what I'm saying. It just makes you feel comfortable and feel natural and be your true self, because that's gonna reflect in your wedding film and in the content that I get. It's already weird enough that you're gonna have somebody following you around and with a camera and watching your every step and listening to everything you do, and others will feel that too. But if you just kind of take your mind off of that and just relax and just enjoy the day, then that all will reflect in your wedding film and the content that I get. And I think that if I can be loose and laughing and joking and playing around with you, then you will be too. Another thing that I do in my wedding day that a lot of couples really appreciate, it's not in my contract, it's not guaranteed, and it's not promised. It all depends on timing. There's a window right around dinner time and before toast that I try to take a few moments to do a same day edit. I've seen some other people do this, some other wedding videographers, but no wedding videographer that I at least know of to this date that does that in this area. I've seen some people do some really nice work on the same day and turn around some really nice product. I try to keep mine pretty simple and crank something out pretty quickly because one, I'm trying to eat, and then two, I'm also trying to be ready for your toast as well that comes up next. But I have implemented same day edits where I just take a bunch of nice looking footage from all these different moments from that point in time in the day, drop it in a timeline, correct it a little bit, slow it down, and display it on an iPad for one, the couple to see initially, and then two, for your guests to see. It's been a nice little surprise, and of course now I'm giving that surprise away for future couples, but it's been something that I've implemented that has worked really well. There's a ton more that I could probably think of and go over that I've implemented, or little things that I do here and there that make me stand out, or at least I think make me stand out. And hopefully you feel that way as well and are appreciative of those things. And again, I'm appreciative of all my couples. I am very appreciative of all of you for taking time to view these vlogs, and I will see you guys next month.